Welcome to Busy Building, where we'll be building wholesome conversations with entrepreneurs who are building businesses. This platform presents the opportunity for business owners to elaborate on what they're offering, speak on their motivations, and show a side of themselves their community might not see quite often. Catch Busy Building on Anchor FM for audio and YouTube for video content. If you're interested in being featured, send an email to Jamar, Jamar, .bizstepsnyc@gmail.com. The subject must read Busy Building Guest. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Today we have a special guest, someone I consider a uptown legend. In my opinion, this is my brother. Somebody I've been friends with for literally 10 years now. This is Brandon Rowe, B. Rowe. He's the owner, manager of FixTingz, a screen repair service that he's been doing since 2016. He services all types of areas throughout the New York City market, and now he's expanded to the point where he has podcast equipment for content creators. He has phone accessories. That's about it, correct?
Yeah, podcast, content creation products, and the custom phone cases, as well as repair service. Yeah.
Yes. And this is special for me because, again, this is someone who I've been friends with for 10 years now. I met B. Rowe in my English class freshman year of high school at Pelham Preparatory Academy. And his car is literally, we call it like a time machine because there's so much that has occurred in his vehicle. A lot of the businesses, a lot of the ideas that I wrote out have been developed in his car. A lot of target audiences have been developed in his car.
Legendary.
A lot of interventions have happened in his car. So I've been trying to interview Brandon for a while, and opportunity finally presented itself. I'm definitely happy about that. And from a marketing perspective, I think I always wanted to shout you out for your brand name, FixTingz, because I think it's genius. Marketing should be, communication is indirect and direct communication, and your brand name definitely speaks to your background, and it goes straight to the point in what you do. So,
sure.
Speaking of FixTingz, just as an icebreaker, what is your favorite popcorn song?
My favorite popcorn song, just the fact that we highlighting, the FixTingz brand right now. I would definitely say the song where he shouts out FixTingz, which is a song called Rope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Shout out to him for that.
Shout out to Popcorn and the whole Unruly team, man.
Yeah, he don't even know that he was shouting me out. But I'll take the shout out, Yeah.
For real. Did you always see yourself in business?
No, actually. I can't say seriously, no. Well, not really, I should say. Because I think I did contemplate it before. It was a thought before. But I think my idea of business before was a little different. I felt like in order to be successful in business, you had to somehow, I guess take advantage of people. I didn't really have an interest in that per se. So me personally, I'm more so, at the time, especially coming straight out of high school and stuff like that, I definitely had a little bit more interest in trying to help people, Right. So with that, I tried to go to, not even try, I enrolled in school in college, and that's where I decided to pursue a degree in human services.
Okay.
Yeah, and then once I graduated with my degree, I realized that that's not for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that little realization right there kind of caused me to, I guess, seek enlightenment elsewhere. And during that seeking of enlightenment, I came across some information, and that piece of information, there was a statement in there that said that the best businesses are the ones that solve a problem. And for some reason, that one statement right there really changed my perspective and led me to reconsider, participating in business and everything. And, so that's really where it stems from right there.
I get it, and I totally respect it, bro. I'm curious to know what gave you the indication that human resources wasn't for you?
It's actually human services.
Human services.
You got some good questions here. I'll probably say, like, I guess towards the end of my associate's college career, I realized, I guess there was, how can I say this? I guess the stressors were more visible. The fact that I'm about to jump into the field, like I'm done with the learning, I'm getting ready to go into the field now. I guess I really realized how draining the field can be. You know, because I've seen other social workers and human services workers seem to be real drained from their work, and I don't know if I have that level of strength for that particular job.
So would you say you were, at the time you were making a decision as regard to where you wanted to put your time and energy?
Yeah, I was definitely like very picky with what I was applying my time and energy to, especially at that moment, in terms of, as you graduate you graduate college, you kind of feel like so for some reason, like you're on like the clock is winding down. Things you're in a rush to make some sort of moves and get life on the road. So it's definitely a sense of urgency at that moment. So I would say that contributed to it.
And I mean, you didn't have a business like this before.
I didn't.
What were some of the fears in the initial stages that might have been creating internal conflict with you as far as figuring out whether you really were going to do this or not?
I can't think of any like initial like fears, but I can definitely say I guess something that would fall under there was, I guess I was concerned about it not working out. I guess I was concerned about it not working out and time being wasted, I guess. But the fear of poverty at the moment definitely overpowered. Even to this day, the fear of poverty sometimes definitely overpowers certain other feelings.
I get that. And what gave you the conviction that you did have a good idea on your hands and it was something that was worth really investing in and really seeing through?
Like, when did I realize like it was a good idea?
Yeah, like what really put like the ultimate battery in your back, the ultimate confidence, and give you the indication that what, I'm gonna go forward with this. I'm gonna run this experiment and see what the results are.
It didn't take long, Probably after I put up a flyer at the Morris Park train station, and once I only put up that one flyer, and somebody called me about the next day or next 2 days, and that sparked a real thrill in me, So I can't say that was the moment, but when the next person called, I felt like,
you felt like there was more confirmation.
Yeah, I was a bit convinced that I might be onto something. Yeah. So
okay. I mean, I brought up your brand name before we did shot you off of your brand name. So, what has the people's reception been to the brand name? Has anyone said anything to you about the brand name before?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel like there's been a few people who, when they inquire or they interact with me, they have definitely asked me or assumed the fact that I'm Jamaican.
Yeah.
I guess it's, once you hear FixTingz, once you hear anybody say things without the H, you can assume, rightfully so, that they're Jamaican.
Right.
So, I definitely get that.
Yeah. Is that something that you take a lot of pride in?
Yeah, you can say. Yeah. I definitely don't. I'm not, no shame in that whatsoever. So, yeah.
Cool. And you brought up the fact that you put a flyer up at a train station. So what are some other ways in the beginning that you've promoted the business and got the word out there on, or what are some other ways that you did the promotion as you've continued to go along?
At first it definitely started with much more legwork, like physical, walking around handing out flyers to individuals, putting them in car windows, parked cars, people's gates, walking around and posting, taping my flyer to bus stops and train stations and public areas and stuff like that. That's really where it really started. And I guess over time, I guess when the results start coming from that, I started using the gains, I guess the capital acquired to really invest in some sort of digital marketing, advertisements, and planned advertisements.
Okay.
That can also be measured. So that was a good.
I get you. And I think you're one of the first people that I've came across that I know personally who are using the power of traditional and digital marketing.
Because most people, they kind of do one and not the other, right?
Yeah, I mean, in this day and age of the internet and social media, everyone is so reliant on doing everything online. But the fact of the matter is, the statistics show that direct marketing is always going to be more effective, and when you put them together hand in hand, it's just as powerful, or more powerful, I should say.
Yeah, I believe it.
One is kind of like the entry point, and the other is kind of like on the facilitator or the nurturing.
Yeah, kind of like the maintenance and the
right.
fertilizing of the business.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I guess do you have a system in terms of how you balance that type of promotion, or is it just based off of what's working more at the time?
Truthfully, I don't have a particular a strict agenda. I'm more so, I guess, I'm more so go with what feels right with the advertisement. I don't. That's a good question, because I'd probably more so just go. Of course, I take into account how people felt about, I guess, previous advertisements and how it got engaged, how people engage with it and stuff. And I use that to judge, further advertisement. But in terms of creating, I just really kind of just freestyle. I don't have a particular agenda now.
And I mean, I think for you, the thing is that you got the ball rolling so well that your referrals and your word of mouth marketing is so crazy right now. Yeah,
that's a big. That's definitely I would say a third. The word of mouth, at least a third.
Wow.
At least a third of the advertisement and the business itself. Word of mouth is definitely a big part of it. Yeah.
Nice, bro. It's always a blessing. What was one of your biggest challenges in the beginning, as opposed to one of your biggest challenges now, and how did you go about facing that challenge before and the challenge that you may be going through right now?
One of the biggest challenges before. I guess one of the biggest challenges before, I would probably say, is I'm questioning myself. I definitely contemplated giving up on this a number of times. And right now, that whole idea of giving up is definitely far. Definitely further than it was before. I can say that.
Nice.
It's probably it.
So what about now? What was one of the biggest challenges now? Well, first and foremost, when you were going through that challenge before, how did you overcome that? How did you overcome the second guessing yourself and the doubting?
I guess I kind of told myself that, and along with people like you and others as well, kind of keeping me out of my own mind. Because I feel like sometimes our mind is not really our best friend. I think you had brought that up to me before. Our mind can trick us sometimes. Sometimes it deceives us and has us thinking things that are not reality. So I guess within myself, along with others, the whole idea of consistency. Just sticking towards being consistent, and I guess I kind of believe that at some point, I guess if I just continuing, something will change. Maybe I'll feel differently tomorrow. And weirdly enough, things did change. I mean, I do feel a little bit more optimistic about things. For sure.
That's beautiful, bro.
For sure.
So, what would you say is one of the biggest challenges that you're tackling right now?
One of the, I guess, probably doing everything well. Since right now I'm mainly facilitating this on my own.
When you say well, do you mean efficiently?
Yeah, effectively getting things done in a timely manner. Also to the standard that I want it. Because things get done in a timely manner, but a lot of times I'm kind of picky about results, and I wouldn't say so much perfectionist, but on the spectrum.
Yeah. I mean, you got goals, and obviously you want to hit those goals. Oh, so it makes sense.
fair
Makes
enough.
sense. So, what are you doing right now to kind of systemize things and make it efficient?
What am I doing right now to kind of systemize things and make it efficient?
Like what are some things that you're looking into, or you're kind of been kind of like holding the meds on as far as making things more efficient for yourself?
I guess I would say the use of technology in the business in terms of, how, for example, like Domino's at this point is not just a pizza business. They're almost a technology business. The way they use technology to better their transaction for the customers.
The user experience, the customer experience.
Yeah, so kind of the same idea. I definitely see that using certain technologies, or I guess allowing people to setting things up so people can do it themselves. The consumer can do it themselves rather than having to wait on me to, I guess, put certain things in position for them. Like, for example, if somebody wants to schedule an appointment, like now I've set it up so people can book online. So you don't so much need to wait for me to answer the phone or answer your text. Maybe you're in a rush, or maybe you're ready to schedule right now. You don't want to wait for me. I'm taking too long. You can go online and book your appointment on your own. So that's definitely something I feel like allowed me to use my time more wisely, and it's definitely better for me and also better for the customer as well.
I definitely believe so. I think that's something that's great, because as business owners, sometimes it's hard to manage your time in a way that allows you to still live your life a little bit, spend time with loved ones here and there, and also exercise some self-care. So I feel like systemizing the business, having people book things and just kind of scheduling things out for yourself is a great way to free yourself a bit, make things a little bit easier on you. What do you feel is the personality trait that helps you succeed the most?
Probably I would say assertiveness. Assertiveness, because I wouldn't say I'm the most assertive, but I definitely see that being assertive definitely has helped me. In certain scenarios.
Okay. Can you elaborate, or is there any particular example that you could say, like, your assertiveness helps in business? I guess
because a lot of times you see where I feel like, especially in business, overall in life, you a lot of times you see things about to go wrong before they actually do go wrong. So, part of, I feel like the assertiveness is definitely useful there. So where you're kind of, how can I say, I guess, assertive in the sense of prevention. Like, I'm asserting myself to prevent certain things. So yeah, I would say that.
Nice. What's one lesson that your endeavor has taught you that you think everyone should learn in life?
Consistency. Yeah, although I feel like maybe I said it a few times during this interview, but it might sound redundant, but consistency. Consistency is definitely it, for sure. Because you might think that things aren't going to work out, but eventually, in my opinion, everybody and everything has a breaking point. Good or bad. Consistency can be the determining factor. A lot of different endeavors. Yeah, 100%.
What's one of the most memorable interactions you've had with a customer?
Most memorable. I have to take a second to think about that. Cause
I know you served a lot of people.
Yeah, and then people, and it's usually a very pleasant experience with each person, each customer. I would say. So the most memorable. It's really tough.
It doesn't even gotta be. It could be maybe one of the most memorable, because I know it's hard to really narrow it down like that.
Yeah, but even still, like, I don't know. I think I kind of like all the good experiences. I kind of like group them all into one. Like, so it's really tough to pick from that. But I would say my most favorable though, like just freestyling. What makes me feel the best, I guess, is when a customer when a customer is more like not more, but almost as enthusiastic as I am about the business and the potential of it and everything. And there's been quite a few people, so you know, it's kind of, it would be hard to pinpoint just one, but it's been quite a few people who has definitely been enthusiastic and, you know, encouraging to the business.
That's cool, because like we always talk about, like, you know, money as currency, and with energy it's a current, you know, there's a current with energy too. So it's not just, you're just being paid in, you know, obviously dollars, but you're also being paid in energy,
gratitude and all that. Like, for sure. The money is just a portion of it. You know, the whole gratitude, you know, the people are definitely grateful and, you know, appreciative. And I could feel that, you know, and a big part of the mission accomplished feeling I get after repairing the phone is, you know, look in the person's face, like, you know, after seeing the transformation of their phone being almost, if not unusable, almost unusable, you know, to being fully functioning and everything. So
nice. A lot of the books that I've read have came from your suggestions. I know you're a guy that you always used to have books on your dashboard. You probably have a book on your dashboard right now.
Probably do.
What are the top 5 books that have influenced your life so far?
Top 5. That's a good question, because it's funny. Just yesterday, I was telling somebody about. Yes, they asked me the same question, but I wasn't actually able to tell them 5 off top, because I just kind of have trouble, you know, valuing this, you know, kind of put chronological order pretty tough. But first book I would say number 1, no question about, is Think and Grow Rich. That from the moment I opened the book to me reading the first page and everything, life changing.
Napoleon Hill.
Once
for you guys who don't know,
once you read that, I feel like the book opens up your brain in a way that you can never close it back, in a good way. So second book I would say is Richest Man in Babylon.
I read that because of you too.
That's a good one. It talks about how to use your money wisely and stuff like that, and the whole like idea of money. Third I would probably say that's tough. I would probably say I'm trying to think in terms of order of importance. I would probably say the Compound Effect book. Because that book, it talks about I don't remember the author of it, but that book, it talks about the effect of, you know, being the whole consistency and the results that being consistent yields in life. You can put the same effort today, consistently put the same effort, but the results would continuously increase, you know, with time. So I definitely find that informative. So we have the Think and Grow Rich. We have Richest Man in Babylon. We have Compound Effect. 4 I would say is the 48 Laws of Power. Not so much as like a guide to live by, like the other books I mentioned, but more so on a preventative or on a how can I say, aware level. You know, like you want to be able to look out for certain things. Even if you don't plan to use certain tactics, it's good to know that somebody out there might be doing it. So it's good to know that, you know, look what to look out for sometimes. So that was 4, right? That was 4, man. And we want 5. So
just one more.
One more. You know, I read a good amount. I definitely read a good amount of books.
I know,
but it's a matter of trying to, you know, use my spots wisely right now. I could take a second and think about it, right?
Yeah, do you think, right?
Give me a second.
No pressure, no pressure.
I did start reading. I'm kind of iffy on adding this to it just because I didn't complete it cover to cover. So I got a handful of pages to finish at the end. But the 4-Hour Work Week You know, I think you.
Oh yeah, I'm actually on that right now.
Yeah,
that's with another book, but that's one of the books I'm reading right now.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those. One of the good ones for sure. Yeah,
that's a big book. 13 hour audio book.
Yeah, it's definitely enlightening though. So I definitely encourage everybody out there to go read that as well. Yeah.
If you could wake up tomorrow morning and go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Tomorrow morning?
Where would you go and why?
How I'm feeling right now? Tomorrow morning, I will go to Italy probably.
Okay.
And just, yeah, I go to Italy.
Why Italy?
Why Italy? I think it would be a culture shock by me going there.
Okay.
And I think that culture shock would, I guess, bring some sort of change of perspective that I'm kind of, looking for. Yeah.
Okay. If you could get a movie directed to tell your life story, what would be the name of the movie?
Confusion to Clarity, maybe. That might be the name of it.
Wow.
Cause that probably sums up.
That was a quick ass answer.
Yeah, I don't know how I just freestyled that, but that probably sums it up. Yeah. And not even on a like where the confusion is done. The confusion is still continuing right now. You know? And it's a whole journey of, confusion to clarity. It's not still not clear on a lot of things.
Yeah. But at least you're saying like that's the essence of it. Like that's the feeling.
And the end of the story. You mean like if the story was to be up until now, or just overall?
Yeah, overall.
Like it's still open.
Based on even where you see yourself going.
Okay, in terms of it's still open right now and it's still being written, I would say confusion to clarity for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a whole journey to clarity right now.
Right.
That
So, my last question is, what's one question that I didn't ask you that you wish I would have asked you? And what's your answer?
One question that I wish you would have asked me.
Also, maybe you have something you want to express, maybe something you want to tell the people.
You asked pretty, mind stimulating questions just now, so I don't really have any additional in mind, but yeah, I think you pretty much covered it all.
Okay.
In terms of, I don't want to overshare, so I think I'll leave it where you left it.
Is there like any message you want to tell the people? Anything you want to say to your customers, people who supported you?
I definitely want to thank everybody who's supported FixTingz from the jump. It's not every day that you trust people with your phone. Yeah. You value your phone pretty much. Yeah. I know I value mine.
Right.
Somebody snatch it out my hand. Somebody snatch my phone out my hand for a second. I'm gonna panic.
Right.
So the phone being in the wrong hands for even a second is concerning. So I definitely trust everybody. I mean, I definitely appreciate everybody for trusting me with their phone. And also, I would encourage everybody else to, bet on their self as well. I definitely don't see myself as being anything special or doing anything that anybody else can't do. So I definitely would encourage everybody to try to find themselves and start that journey.
Awesome. Tell the people where they could find you, get in touch with you, book you for a screen repair, all that stuff.
All right. So Instagram is FixTingz.inc. So FixTingz.inc. Website is FixTingz.com. If you want to book, you can either call or text, which is the number is 856-347-0827, or you can visit the website FixTingz.com and book right there.
Man, you guys heard it. Again, thank you guys so much for listening. More episodes coming soon. Please get in touch with B-Roll for your screen repair, or again for podcast equipment, content creation equipment, phone accessories, things of that nature. My guy comes to you. Again, 10 to 15 minutes guaranteed. I've seen it in person. I'm a witness. I put my right hand up in court on it. He's the real deal. So thank you guys.